Okay, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the LifeVantage Opportunity Webinar. I am Dr. Dondee and Marci Nettles, and we are super excited and blessed that you are spending some time with us. Tonight, we've got some amazing information about a world-changing, absolute breakthrough in healthcare product line and the most amazing side hustle business opportunity available, in our opinion.
Yes.
And the information we're going to share with you impacted us greatly. But before we get into that, let me just kind of share about how we became your presenters tonight and a little bit about our story. As I said, my name is Dr. Dondee Nettles, but I no longer see patients, so Dondee is fine. But I have the fourth largest practice in Arizona in the family wellness chiropractic marketplace. Absolutely loved what we did. We're helping 350 to 500 patients a week with their health challenges. And my passion and my purpose is to educate people to become self-sufficient. And it was wonderful. We actually, during that process, got invited to have an AM talk radio show. And I was an AM talk radio host for a couple of years and just loving helping people in the pursuit of my passion, which is to educate people on their health and wellness. But then fatherhood came into the picture, and I was blessed to be the father of a beautiful little boy. And it changed my entire world. The 80 to 90 hours a week that I spent outside my home helping patients and helping radio listeners around the state of Arizona was such that I was never able to be a father. And it just weighed and weighed and weighed on me. And 3 years later, when my daughter was born, and I was still in that same hamster wheel of loving what I was doing, helping people, and from the outside looking in, very successful. But what you didn't notice was that I was suffering in silence, wanting to be a father, but having no capacity to be. And I saw this information, and I took a chance. I put it in practice in my life, and within 1 year, it changed everything for me. I sold my practice. I became a full-time stay-at-home dad. I met the most amazing human being ever made, my beautiful soulmate, Marci, in this opportunity. And now we are stay-at-home parents and stay-at-home grandparents and global entrepreneurs helping thousands and thousands of people around the world.
So for me, this is my first time ever being in network marketing. So if you've never done this before, you're not alone, okay? For me, I used to be a police officer. That was my career choice. And I loved it. I was good at it and it was exciting. So I never got bored, right? And I made good money. I worked for an agency that paid more than any other agency in the Valley. But what I didn't like about it is that when I went through the law enforcement academy, my kids were only 6 and 9 at that time. And so I had to make some of the tough decisions that many of you out there today are having to make. And that is, when do you work? And when do you get to be the parent or the influence on the children you decided to have? It was tough. I decided to work graveyards the majority of my career, which what that meant is that I was there when they got home from school, but I was also always fully exhausted. And so I truly wasn't fully present ever. And I feel like I missed a lot of their growing up years. And I think they'd missed a lot of me too. And so that was really hard. Another thing that I didn't like is that anybody that has a job to where you've got to go to work and give your time to someone else that's going to put a value on it before you can get that paycheck that they've signed so that you can pay your bills, you're never fully in control. And what I mean by that is that at any given time, something can happen to you to where you can't go and give the value to that workplace in order to get paid. And that's what happened to me on August of 2009. I was in a car accident on duty. I was in my unmarked detective's vehicle, just driving down the road. Lights and sirens, ambulance needed to cross my pathway, so I stopped. But the lady behind me was distracted, and she hit me going about 60 miles an hour without braking. I ended up with a brain injury. I ended up with several herniated discs that required surgery. And basically, on impact, this fast, my career was over. And what I thought was my identity. And so I started going through a lot of loss. I went through a lot of loss when it came to not being able to pay my bills and provide for my children, being able to pay for a house I ended up losing, going through a divorce that was already bad. And so the financial stress just added to that. And then I started getting really depressed about being able to even have a purpose or understanding why I was here. And so I ended up with a lot of prescription medication for antidepressant, anxiety meds that had warning labels on them that said may cause suicidal tendencies. And I ended up having 4 suicide attempts before very dear friends of mine that cared about me saw this information and they thought, oh my gosh, what if this could help Marci? And I saw the information and I had hope for the first time in 18 months since my accident that I could get my mind working. I could get my body working. And on top of that, hope for a purpose to where I could help thousands and thousands of people around the world that are on their knees right now, guys, on their knees. Many people are on their knees right now looking for hope in their lives. What I found was the most amazing opportunity to work with phenomenal people around the world, giving me all kinds of opportunities. And what that did is it also drove me up to the doorstep of this guy, the most amazing man in the world for me. We have an amazing blended family, and we get to build our business from home. And we're looking for people that want what we have, even at a grander scale, because we want to help as many of you accomplish the goals and dreams that you have to have freedom with your family. So guys, we're super excited to be here tonight to present this, the Ultimate Biohacker's Guide on how you can take control of your own biology with LifeVantage.
Absolutely. So this information may or may not be for you, but if you're open-minded, I guarantee you on some level it's going to impact you. So this gig economy that they're calling it, Intuit, the company that brought you TurboTax, Quicken, and QuickBooks, talks about this gig economy. And by next year, 2020, 40% of the global workforce will be working part-time or in what is called the new gig economy. Companies that are already capitalizing on it, Uber has changed the way people get from point A to point B by having people with a car that are entrepreneurs giving them a ride instead of a cab company. Airbnb has done the same thing for people with a spare bedroom so they can rent it out and become home-based entrepreneurs. Guess what those things have in common? A smartphone, guys. And how about Facebook? Facebook has changed the way the human species communicates. 2.4 billion people communicate on it every day, and Amazon has changed everything. That e-commerce platform has changed everything and created Jeff Bezos being the richest man in the world. Why do we give you this platform to start? Because this new gig economy puts the power of people, the power of entrepreneurism right in the palm of your hands. And we're going to share with you how our business can be run with this as well.
There is so much amazing new technology out there, guys. All of this that Dondee just shared with you is based off of technology. Well, there's also new technology out there that lets you take control of your own wellness. You can actually take your health into your own hands. There's brand new technology out there, and LifeVantage is at the forefront of it. It's called Nutrigenomics. What Nutrigenomics is it's the scientific study of the interaction of nutrition and genes, especially with regard to the prevention or treatment of disease. So guys, you don't have to believe us. We're going to be presenting to you tonight. It's almost like we're in a court, right? We're going to give you the evidence, third-party validation that helps to show you exactly what we want to present without having to trust us, okay? So first of all, the Today Show said, the latest trend in nutrition isn't a fad diet or newly discovered supplement. It's your DNA. And then Fox News said, Nutrigenomics is changing everything. Where we once thought we were powerless is now an area over which we have at least some control. The ability to use nutrition to affect our genes means that we're no longer at the mercy of our DNA. Oh my gosh, that is such a huge statement, guys. When you come back and listen to this again, it's gonna blow your ever-loving mind. But what's really neat about it is being at the forefront of that means that we're gonna be able to capitalize on this projected market that is expected to reach over $17 billion by 2023. Wow. And again, remember, we're at the forefront of this new movement.
And this new movement has given us choices that we didn't previously have, whereas before we were hijacked, and we all know what that word is, taking over something and using it for destructive purposes. We were literally voluntarily hijacking ourselves, but we didn't know it. So people right now that have 2 and 3 jobs are in this physical situation. They're putting their bodies in lack of sleep and doing 2 and 3 jobs their bodies weren't meant to do consecutively, puts them in this hijack position of physical stress. How about emotional stress? Like right now, it's the end of the month and people have run out of money last week, but they still have bills to pay, causing this emotional toll. Or biochemically, look in your pantry and your refrigerator. Those things you can't pronounce probably shouldn't be in there, and go and look outside. The trails in the air and the pollution in the air and just the problems that we have even with our groundwaters and our soils. Those are just the ones we're aware of. How about toxins in the air and stuff you're not aware of? And how about this electromagnetic field? Every time you take a call on your cell phone with Wi-Fi and all these other things, it's causing this bombardment of our body. Well, now we have another choice where we can literally take control of our own biology by optimizing the genetic potential and literally becoming the best version of ourselves. Well, how do we do that? With Nutrigenomics, as Marci said earlier. It's the research on how nutrients and natural compounds affect our genes. Watch this 2-minute video where we literally bring 2 groundbreaking technologies to the marketplace in this space.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a 1-2 punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
I love that video, and I'm
Absolutely.
so super excited to talk to you guys about the product catalog that we have to offer here at LifeVantage. But what I want you to understand, first of all, is we're not looking for new areas for you to put money into that you don't really feel like you have. But what we are looking to do is to help you identify areas that you're already spending money and understanding that you can just redirect those funds into products that are scientifically proven to work with your body, not against it. As a matter of fact, there's $600 billion being spent in different anti-aging areas and energy areas around the world. And we're going to show you products that fit into every single one of these different markets. First of all, how about the category of anti-aging? There's $300 billion being spent all the way around the world. I can think of a few things that I've spent just actually recently that would fall in there, and I'm sure you can too. How about skincare? 121 billion. Hair care. This is a really big one, and it's getting bigger every single year. $85+ billion is being spent. Pet care is huge as well, because most of the time we'll take better care for our dogs than we do our kids. There's $67 billion being spent there. How about the energy environment? Whether it's coffees or whether it is your energy drinks, Monster, all the different kinds that are out there, over $50 billion is being spent. And then this one here, I think is way bigger than $37 billion, but weight loss is a major problem in this country and in the world. And we have products there as well. So we're excited to share with you.
Well, we're going to start this story in the beginning where Protandim, the NRF2 synergizer, literally caught the scientific and research community by storm, because it was for the first time ever an all-natural ingredient. You see the 5 natural ingredients at the bottom. What it was doing is the combination of these 5 ingredients literally lowered oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Now you might say, well, what does that mean? We're talking about cell function. So when you put cells in a less stressful environment, because we're breathing air, it's oxidative stress, it just performs better. And now we realize that when you show this, and it's actually studied, it's the natural cellular repair and rejuvenation process that we're talking about. It optimizes that. And here's the thing that caught scientists by surprise. It literally slows down the aging process, which extends life. You heard that correctly. The National Institute on Aging did a 10-year retrospective study and proved that this is the only natural product ever proven to extend life. And it did it by 7% in male mice. And you might be saying, well, we're not mice. And you'd be right. But we are mammals like mice. We have nervous systems like mice. We have all the systems they do. We just are able to study them to see how it impacts us. And the last thing I want to share with you guys on this amazing slide is the third-party validation, the Banned Substances Control Group. You guys are all fans of sports. Doesn't matter what it is, but professional, collegiate, and Olympic athletes need to be on a competitive, even competitive playing field. And this determines that they are, and there's nothing in our products that would violate that. And the NSF, the gold standard in consumable products. Well, that's where it started, but it wasn't just stories. There's legitimate science behind this, because product stories and people's testimonials are wonderful, but this is the first and only product line that actually proves without a shadow of doubt in published medical research that this stuff works. Independent, there's 24 independent studies right now done at universities like Harvard and the Ohio State University and Virginia Commonwealth, and published in prestigious tier 1 peer-reviewed medical journals like the Journal of Free Radical Biology and Medicine and the Journal of the American Heart Association called Circulation, just to name a few. But we're talking about science. Maybe that's not everyone's bag. Maybe you don't understand it. Well, there is media coverage, tremendous amounts of media coverage, like NBC. It was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal talking about this breakthrough product. The Today Show, like Marci said earlier, profiled an entire episode of it. ABC News in their primetime broadcast did an entire broadcast, and Marci will share about that later. PBS did a show called Health Quest, and Dr. Phil had Donny Osmond on, who came out with a bottle of the product and showed to the world, this is the fountain of youth, Dr. Phil, and why he looks and performs so great. But it's not just that. This is a business. And with business comes intellectual property. And we protect that for you with the 7 patents that you see down at the bottom. And we're now talking about cells. I mean, we talked about cells and how they age and how they are efficient. Now we're talking about where they get the energy from, because it's not from the outside. You don't need caffeine and a latte or a Red Bull to give you some energy. It comes innately inside your cells. These 4, or this product here, the Nerf 1 Synergizer with the 5 ingredients as you see at the bottom, gets directly to the source of that energy called mitochondria. Makes it more efficient, makes it more abundant, makes it last longer. That's important, guys. So boosting your mitochondria, it gives you your ability to be you and do it with more energy. It increases the cellular energy called ATP, and like Protandim NRF2, it carries the Banned Substances Control Group and the NSF certification. Well, now let's talk about cellular function. We talked about optimizing. Now let's talk about function, because it's not what you eat that matters. And yes, you heard that right. It's what you digest that matters. So you can be eating wonderful, expensive, organic foods and free-range chicken and all that other stuff, but if you have poor gut bacteria, you're creating expensive bowel movements, and that isn't serving anybody. So let's talk about the source. Probiotics. We all have bacteria in our intestinal tract. We have a product called ProBio that has a coating on it that makes it 15 times more powerful and effective than the best ones on the market out there, because of its round shape and the coating. So when it goes down into your stomach, it doesn't get neutralized like everyone else does. And it goes down and delivers its contents. And it also has Wellmune to help your immune system function. Do you guys realize that 70% of the functionality of your immune system is in your intestinal tract? This optimizes it. And if you can see in the charts, 60% of the bacteria gets delivered. So you don't need a ton. And it, as compared to only 4 in the competing products out there. Wonderful, wonderful product. And let's talk about, when we're talking about making cells more efficient, let's talk about the brain and cardiovascular function. We can't have a conversation without talking about the importance of omega fatty acids, in this case, omega-3s and omega-7s. And yes, I did not say omega-6s because most of them come from fatty fried foods and you don't need them anyway. And most of the time they're rancid. So let's talk about the ones you need, and vitamin D. And the EPA and DHA content in this product is amazing. But what I love about it the most people don't even really talk about. And that's the purity, where they get it from these deep water, cold ocean fish that are not swimming in polluted waters. That's what I absolutely love about it. We literally have boat to bottle purity with the GPS locating system to track every single lot from boat to bottle with our Omascalega and cod marine technology. Unbelievable, unparalleled in the marketplace. So what I just described to you is what we call our vitality stack, or our daily core 4. Think about it that way, the daily core 4. 2 products to optimize the function of your cells, and 2 products to maximize the efficiency and fortify your cells so that you have better energy and longer lasting cells. You have a better digestive system, better brain and cardiac function, which is going to give you the vitality you need, hence the name. There you go, the daily core 4, unlike anything else. Ooh, Axio. What is Axio? It's code for brain food, guys. It's that energy. Marci was telling you about the Rockstar, the Monster, the Red Bulls, the 5-hour energy drinks. Those are all wonderful if you're needing caffeine, but they don't feed your brain. They give you a big up and then you have the crash because it's dealing with stimulating caffeine, not helping your body generate its own. Well, let's talk, how do we do that? We do it through proper neurotransmitter function, which is exactly what this does. This amazing all-natural product is a brain food. It literally improves mental endurance, mental clarity, concentration, focus, and memory. Yes, I said memory. So if you've ever walked into a room and gone, what did I come in here for? This is something I think you should be drinking on a daily basis, and enhances neurotransmitter function, which is how your brain communicates to itself and therefore the rest of the body. And it reduces mental fatigue. We live in a world where people are fatigued all over the place, and it increases positive mood. How many of us know people who need a little bit more of that? Count me in. And it's clean, it's low calorie, it's low carb, it's vegan, it's BSCG approved like its predecessors, and it is free of artificial colors, flavors, and sweeteners. Ain't got nothing in it except good stuff. It's no added sugars, no GMO, and it's gluten-free. And guess what? For those of you who have kids, you'd love to help their brain food, we have a decaf and a caffeinated version.
So good. All right, guys. So I'm super excited about presenting you with Physique. It's our smart weight management system that is under construction. And what I love about that, being able to tell you this, is that LifeVantage is committed to bringing you products that are at the forefront of new technology. And so our Physique system is actually under construction right now, and it's going to be released at our next big event next week. So we're super, super excited. They're also going to be announcing a new Physique challenge that every single one of you can participate in that will have amazing prizes and amazing results for you and your physique. So what I want to share with you, though, is my very favorite. Well, there's a couple. I love about this whole system, but my very favorite is our fat burn product, guys. This fat burn has better results than anything I've ever seen before. And it is not one of those that gets you all your heart rate pumping so hard and your internal heat going on.
No thermogenics.
But what it does do is it works. And it focuses on your visceral fat. So what we want to look at is this down at the bottom right here, the graph for the study that was done using our Physique fat burn product to help kick your body's natural fat burning capabilities into gear. What it showed was that our fat burn product had a 254% greater reduction over placebo of abdominal fat. So that's results. It's working, guys, and that's huge results. But how about this one? 964% greater release over placebo of lipolytic effect, or that free fatty acid release, meaning that it's going in, it's breaking down your fat so that it can actually be flushed out of your system and gotten rid of. And we're talking about that fat that's difficult to get to. And it works, it's effective, it's amazing. And I can't wait for you guys to all get the new rebranded Physique system starting next week, along with the protein powder that helps protect your lean muscle mass as well. So we're super excited about this. True Science, it's like beyond him and our kids. It's one of my true loves, because True Science is actually, I'm not, it is the only system in the world that allows our skin to have that NRF2 activation and activating the ability to heal itself. I don't know about any one of you, but I never ever asked for fine lines and wrinkles for my birthdays or for any holiday gift, right? Or for any gift at all. And yet they just kind of showed up. And so when I found this system, it's unlike any other. It's completely unique. It actually has that NRF2 activation to help your skin step up its own healing process, its own protection of the environmental assaults that's coming at it constantly, and it helps to counterbalance the visible negative effects of the sun as well. It works so well, and there's so many multiple purposes for this system. And guys, our True Science, we have 8 products showing up on the Think Dirty app now. If you don't know what the Think Dirty app is, it's not about thinking dirty, guys, but it is about toxic products that you have in your house that you're using every single day. And you want to make sure that you know what's going on your body and in your body, because it's affecting the way your body functions. But on top of that, whatever you put on your body washes down the drain and goes out into the world. Mm-hmm. And our True Science beauty system, which is a skincare system, guys, it's perfect and amazing for guys too, for shaving
with it. Oh my gosh.
You need to use the system, but what it means is that what's going down the drain is actually not damaging and good for the environment. Okay. So it's not damaging the environment. It's clean and green, deal. Good for you and the environment, and our True Science hair care system as well. This whole system is also on the Think Dirty app. Super clean and green, clean formula. I mean, like nothing else I've ever seen, and it works. The before and after photos that we're getting, please get with the person that invited you to see this information and say, hey, I want to see the pics, because the pictures are worth a million words.
Seriously.
And again, it is formulated using the NRF2 ingredients, and it helps to protect your hair against environmental assaults with the primary focus of your scalp, because your scalp is the number one important thing in hair growth. Proper hair growth is determined by the health of your scalp. And so we're going to help you clean out the pores. We're going to help you have a healthy scalp that's going to give you fuller and thicker looking hair and protect it. Because the thing is, guys, is that your scalp absorbs whatever you put on it 5 times faster than any part of your body. So if you're using toxic products, guess what's on the other side of your scalp? It's going directly to your brain. And those toxic products are directly related to many of the neurological diseases that are out there that are so horrific that so many people are dealing with. So get yourself some clean and green products. Start with our True Science, both the skincare regimen and our hair care system. You will not be disappointed. And then our pet tandem for dogs. This is going to round out our product catalog, and not leaving the least important for last, but I would say for most of us, it's one of the most important, because we love our dogs just like our children, and they actually age 7 times faster than we do. What if there was a product out there that could help slow down the rate at which your dog was aging? Well, I'm showing you right now. This Pet Tandem product is the Protandem NRF2, formulated for dogs with special ingredients that help them have shinier coats, increased playfulness, more energy, help support their joint health, supports their hearing and their eyesight. And this is the first supplement ever formulated for dogs to combat oxidative stress with NRF2 activation, extending their lives. So super excited for this product.
Absolutely. So there you go. There's our entire biohacking catalog, from our daily core 4, which we call our vitality stack, to our True Science line, as Marci was telling you about, our skincare line and our hair care line, our pet tandem, which you just heard about, Axio, with all the wonderful flavors we've got there, the brain food neurotransmitter created stuff that is, you just pour a little stick in your water, you shake it up and you drink it for awesome goodness and feeding your brain. And it's actually not under construction. It kind of is. It's been released, but think of it like your cell phone. Remember those big first cell phones that weighed 10 pounds? This is kind of, and it still works, system. But we now have the smartphone version of Physique coming out. So unbelievable. There's our Physique weight management line, the rebranding coming soon, guys. So there you go. There's our entire catalog. So you can now choose your own level of biohacking, from first starting with taking your cells and optimizing them with our Protandem NRF2 Synergizer, to the NRF2, NRF1, and our ProBio, our what we call our activated essentials, to the dual synergizer, to the vitality stack. Take your pick, but get back to the person who invited you and tell them what level of biohacking you want.
All right, guys. So now that you've seen the phenomenal product line that we have to offer you and to offer the world and how everybody has a need for what we have, we want to talk business with you and why we are going to $1 billion. So this is where we started. The name of the company is LifeVantage. We've been around since 2003. Our Pro Tandem NRF2 product was sold on store shelves for many, many years, but it couldn't talk. People didn't understand the technology, so it wasn't purchased. It was not a good method for distribution for this product. Well, in 2005 is when that ABC Primetime Investigative Report came out. They tried to disprove what we were claiming this product could do, but they couldn't. They actually did the exact opposite and became some of our best third-party validation that we've had to date. And we had millions and millions of dollars in orders almost overnight. And on top of that, that's where all that science and research started coming in from. Researchers and scientists saw that piece and they called the company and wanted to use our finished product. That's so important for you guys to understand. Our science is finished product science. It's not borrowed science on an ingredient, but on our actual finished NRF2 product. So what they did is they decided that they had to look at things differently because this product is something that everybody wanted and we had to get it into their hands. So we decided to change from being a retail product and go into the hands of people like Dondee and I and many of you and become a network marketing company in 2009. We've been publicly traded since the very beginning. We're currently on NASDAQ and our ticker is LFVN. I didn't even see where we closed out at today, but we have increased well over 400% since this time last year. So you got to go check us out. And part of that is due to the exemplary corporate leadership that we have. This team has well over 100 years combined together of experience in network marketing, and they are taking us to the top. So these are the countries that we're currently open in for LifeVantage distributorships. The top 2 rows there. We're open in 12 markets, 15 different countries. And as you can see, we have 5 more countries in red there that we're looking to add to this grouping by the end of June 2019. So the end of fiscal year 2019, we will have added Greece, Ireland, Spain, Belgium, and France as countries that we can do business in. But as you see, we have this global customer program down there at the bottom too, and France is on that list, right? And so is Belgium. Well, the exciting thing is that many countries will start out where the people in those countries can actually order our products, have it shipped directly to their doors so that they can start using our products and getting the experience so that when we're ready to open for distributors, we already have people on the ground that love our products. You can also add the flag for mainland China on here as part of the global customer program because we are open there for business for customers. So knowing that I was a first-time network marketer, I knew that I couldn't start doing something without help, without a proven system in place where other people had already had success. And I found that here with LifeVantage. I had always dreamt of having a laptop lifestyle to where I could work anywhere that I wanted to be, doing social sharing and sharing information through the internet waves, right? Well, LifeVantage has upped me on that dream. They actually have increased it to become a cell phone lifestyle. Anywhere that I have cell phone service or Wi-Fi that I can connect to, I can build my business now with a LifeVantage app. This is an app that's been developed in-house at LifeVantage. It is included with machine learning, so the more we use it, the more it becomes knowledgeable and knowing what we need next. It's giving us what we need next for our prospects before we've even asked for it. And we're getting ready to interface with social media. So it's going to be very much like what Google and Facebook do together. When you Google something and Facebook automatically knows what you want and they start showing you ads, this app is also going to start showing you what your friends and family are searching for online. That's a huge business tool and an easy way to build a business using your cell phone. But just keep in mind that you're always going to be in business for yourself, but you can connect with a team that will be there to help support you and help you with this system. So another thing LifeVantage does is, I mentioned next week we have our big corporate event. It's our Next Elite Academy. We have regional and corporate events every single month that you can plug into. The big ones that corporate puts on, we have 3 a year. Next week, we're going to be in South Carolina and can't wait to see so many of you there. And if you decide to join us, we want you to do whatever it takes to be there as well, because this event will be where you get the information you need to be 6 to 12 months ahead of people that don't attend. They're that important. Yes. But just keep in mind, this is your business and you can take control on your terms in the nooks and crannies, the part-time, or if you have more time, we can help you build there too. So part of this proven system is also a replicated website that the company gives to us as part of our distributorships. This proven system and the free replicated website includes, where you can share information on all of our products, on the company, on our history, on the science, and even on what it means to be an entrepreneur, all through this free replicated website that comes with joining LifeVantage. And this is one of my favorite parts about it, is that this online shopping portal makes easy checkout for your prospects. After you've discussed different items that they want to start using, you can create a shopping cart for them with those items included. Send them the link. All they have to do is add their personal information and their payment cards, and it will automatically be shipped to their door. Simple, easy. But how about if we make it even faster by using the LifeVantage app? The shopping cart in the LifeVantage app will already have their personal information downloaded into the shopping cart. So all they have to do when you send it to them is add payment information and check out, making it easy as, I would say, faster than Amazon Prime. So and many of our products have free shipping too. So network marketing facts. A lot of people have told me, well, you know what, network marketing, nobody makes money there, or only the people at the top do. Well, let me show you this information. It might change your mind a little bit. Back in 2011, $158 billion were spent on products and services in different network marketing companies around the globe. And in 2017, $189 billion was spent on products and services in network marketing. Now, the reason why I point that out is that on average, network marketing companies pay 40% out to the people that are sharing information about these products and services. So that's a lot of money. 40% of $189 billion in 2017 was paid out to a distributor just like you and me. And we're going to show you here in a little bit that it's not just paid out to the people at the top.
And timing is everything. So just like location is in real estate, timing is that critically important when it comes to a business opportunity. Now you're looking at two different curves, and I'm going to describe them differently. Let's start with the red bell curve. It's actually called the diffusion of innovation. It has nothing to do with our business model, but has everything to do with how people embrace change or something they hear for the first time. I'm going to give you an example. So when smartphone technology came out, we knew people who had smartphones. Not everybody did. And then the iPhone 1 came out. There was already Nokia and Ericsson were already on the market, but iPhone 1 came out. But not everybody went and got an iPhone 1. It wasn't the most popular phone when it came out. And if you look at that red bell curve starting from the left and reading right, innovators, the first 2.5% of people that went and stood in line got the iPhone 1. Then people, what was the difference? People wanted someone else to have an experience or have someone else validate what they heard, not the first time, but the second time. So when the iPhone 2 and then the iPhone 3 came out, people started having experiences. They started giving their opinions. People started observing people having that experience, and more people bought in. That's where the early adopters come in, the 13.5%. But look at the massive jump. Then a more massive jump to the early majority, when the iPhone 5 and 6 and 7 have come out. And then now the iPhone is hands down the most popular cell phone in the world. But other people had to have an experience first, and other people had to have their opinion before it was widely embraced. And if you see the late majority, I want you to look at the massive number there, 34%. Well, that just shows you nobody wants to be last. But if you look at the innovators, very few people want to be first, but they want to see someone else have an experience or someone else's opinions be validated. Now let's look at the blue curve. This is what is called the S curve of a business. It is the life cycle of a business. And I want to talk about where the two lines overlap and how you look at them. So when you're talking about a business, we didn't just start yesterday. We've been in business for over 10 years. We have a track record. We are publicly traded. Like Marci said, our stock has grown 400% in the last year. But if you see where the word early is on the left, that's truly where we are. But people have already had an experience. People already have opinions. There's already 24 studies to back these products up. People just don't know about it. That's the key. So if you look at the power in the blue line and you look at that area where it says momentum, where the majority of people come in, when you're talking about an opportunity, it's best for you to get involved prior to everybody coming in, so you ride that wave of success. The question is it applicable? People are joining network marketing companies by the thousands every day, and they said in the next 3 to 5 years, 75% of people will have a side hustle. And health and wellness is where most of them are going to go. So look at these curves and where they intersect, guys. If you get in there before you see that asterisk, that's where the opportunity is for you to capitalize on 80% of the momentum that comes, which is where 80% of the money to be made is made. That's your opportunity. So how do you get involved? It's very simple. We call it fast tracking with a pack, where there's a very low startup, but massive upside potential and massive profitability with solid earnings potential. So if you look at this and it's part-time to start, everybody who joins us with very few exceptions is already doing something else, and usually 2 and 3 other things. They're just looking for that right thing. So we have 2 opportunities for them, 2 options for them. We have what are called our gold pack, and we have what is called our platinum pack. Now with the gold pack, which is $650 plus tax, shipping is free, you get a very good representation of our most popular products. But it doesn't come with all of them because it simply can't affordability-wise. But you're getting almost $760 worth of our products alone for a $650 plus tax, plus you get the assets, which I'm going to talk about after I share with you what the platinum pack is all about. But also with the gold pack, you get a ticket, like Marci said, to our next corporate event, which is literally next week in Charleston, South Carolina, to learn how to run the business. Nobody enrolls in college and doesn't go. It's where you learn how to do the business, which is why that free ticket comes with it. But now let's look at our platinum pack. It's $1,250 plus tax. Shipping, again, is free. Comes with all of our products, and it's about almost $1,500 worth of products alone. But it comes with 2 tickets, which you can use for 1 ticket for the next 2 events or 2 people to come to our next event. But the thing that I love about this, and yes, our products are wonderful, our business packs are wonderful, but look at all the assets that come along with it. Our corporate team, as Marci said, literally over hundreds of years of top-notch leadership in our company. Our production facility, so you're not mixing up your own stuff and making home deliveries. Thank God we have a shipping department. Our quality control is the best in the industry. Our customer service, we have an entire room of hundreds of people just waiting for calls to come in with questions and concerns. We have a website department. You get a free website with your distributorship and an IT department to keep it wonderfully working and beautiful. Advertising and marketing. So you don't have to do any of that. No flyers on windshields, no ads, no booths at county fairs. We do it all for you. Legal and compliance. When we're talking about consumable products, guys, I can't stress to you how important that is, and we've got the top notch. And accounting. Guess what? Our checks clear, and there's millions of dollars in the bank to back it up. Amazing. And then our events and promotions. So that's how you get involved with a pack. But let's talk about show me the money. How do we make money? We know everybody thinks and everybody knows and everybody completely gets that 2 checks are better than 1. So you're getting 1 already. Why not earn another one? How do you do it? Well, first, I want you to think. I want you to think about maybe names that popped into your head when we were going over the products and the benefits. You may know somebody who could lose some weight or know somebody who has some mental fatigue and some brain fog. That's going to be your network of customers or your network of consumers. Please share this information with them. What about the people you know that would love to make some extra money? They're driving Lyft, they're driving Uber, they're not making ends meet, they're never home, and they want another business opportunity. That's going to be your network of distributors. That's how the products are going to be distributed and discussed. So how do you make money? Well, we get paid weekly, we get paid monthly. How do we make money? We enroll people, we get what's called a Smart Start bonus, either 30 to 40% of the product value of that order, depending upon what your order is. We also have launch bonuses. So when you enroll people and then those people enroll people, you get paid on future enrollments, or the enrollments are the people that you sponsored as well, to help you become profitable. Profitable is critically important, guys. Making your money back is great, but profit is better than wages every single time. And we have getting paid monthly. Wonderful commissions that come in are royalty commissions. So on average, 5% of the value of the products that are being sold in your business gets paid to you as a check. We also have something called generational matching bonus. Now, why is that so critically important? One of the biggest black eyes that network marketing has unfortunately deserved is that people in other companies get involved and they never get help. People said, I tried that thing before and no one ever helped me. We've got the solution for that. And that is called a generational matching bonus. So when you enroll someone, when you help them be successful, you will make 10% of what they make. And when they turn around and enroll somebody and you help them be successful, you'll make 5% of what they make for 4 additional generations. So the people you personally sponsor, 10% match. For the 4 generations of the people they sponsor, 5% match for a total of 30%. So what's the greatest way to get people to work together? financially incentivize them to. We've figured that out and it's masterful. And we have rank bonuses. So as you increase in rank, you get bigger bonuses. But the thing that I am so excited about, which is industry leading, is if you see the bottom right corner, our 4% global revenue sharing. Literally every single product sold in the entire world, every month we get to share 3% of all that because we've earned a rank, and I'll explain that here in a second. We give people the right from the day they enter our company to within a short period of time working their business consistently, following a proven plan to literally capitalize on every single product sold in the world every single month. And then to top it off, the icing and the candle and the cherry on the cake is our My LifeVantage program, where we're just dying to give $25,000 gifts away. And our most common one is our branded LifeVantage Jeep worth $25,000. And the next popular is a $25,000 check. We've got a couple of different options, but there we go. That's how we get paid because we want you to be successful. Well, how far can you take this? And one of the things, as Marci mentioned, we are a publicly traded company. As such, the document that you're seeing right now is a legally binding document. I am not inflating numbers. This is down to the penny. And I want you to focus on the third column from the left, monthly average. And there's people that can be monthly minimum. There's people that can do bigger. But we want to talk about the average because that's a real number. This is the average monthly income of our ranks from our distributor down to what is called our Executive Master Pro 10. So I invite you to pick a number that would make it worth your time and effort to make on top of what you're already making in your 1 and 2, maybe 3 jobs to come in every month. What would it take? Well, let's profile a couple. If you look at Pro 3, that is when you've got $5,000 of product sales coming into your business every month and you're earning on average $580 of passive residual income. What could that do to the average American home where 2 income working is $50,000? Let's talk about another almost $7,000 into that family household. That could change it dramatically. Well, let's go to the next rank, and that is Premier Pro 5, where there's $20,000 of volume coming into your business every month, and you get a check of over $2,500. Guys, that's $30,000 a year, part-time, working with a system, working with a team of people who want you to be successful, and most people can accomplish this in 2 years or less. Now, our next rank, Elite Pro 7, that's over $135,000 a year or a little over $11,000 a month working with a team. This is where major changes happen. People resign from their current employment to capitalize on this, and now they've got what we call freedom. Marci and I have built a Pro 9 business. We love it. It's amazing, but we're not done because our entire focus is helping other people find the number they want on this chart, and we show them how to go after it. And we're not done. We're not even done by a long shot, but that's how you get people to work together, help them and incentivize them and instruct the way.
So I hope you guys are super excited about the information that we've shared with you and know now why we're excited. Well, one thing I wanted to point out to you is that the majority of us are taught only one way of thinking, and that's the traditional way of living our life or having our lifeline. So what I'm talking about is you're born, you got this line, and you die, right? So your dash, that's your lifeline. So the traditional plan is where you are born, and for the first 20 years, you spend that growing, learning, and deciding what you want to do as a career or have it as a job where you're going to work. And then you're going to spend the next 40 to 50 years working 40 to 50 hours every single week, most of the time more, for someone else so that you can just earn a living, right? And then to hopefully be able to retire at a decent age, which retirement age now is 73. Death age or death expectancy, life expectancy is 77. So they're actually only giving you, if you're one of the 5% that can retire, 4 years to live your life. That's not my choice. My choice is the Lifeline with LifeVantage. And let me show you how that can look different than that traditional plan. That first 20 years has got to be the same, right? You've got to be born, you've got to grow, you've got to learn and make a decision of what you want as a career, or at least what you're going to have as a job to pay your bills while you're building this business with LifeVantage. So it's just one additional decision that you need to make, that you're going to decide to do something to build an asset, which is a leveraged income that can be willable for generation to generation in your family. So you're building something not just for yourself for now, but for your family for generations to come. 5 to 10 years, you're going to work. But while you're working, you're earning while you're learning, because you're going to be working together with a team, and you're going to be able to leverage their experience and their knowledge in building this business while you're still working that other job that needs to pay your bills while you're developing this leveraged income. But at the end of that 10 years, you then have the rest of your life to be able to live however you want to live, with who you want to live, doing what you want to do, no matter what the cost. So how old are you right now? I can't answer that. You have to answer it. How old are you? Add 10 years onto that. For me, it would be, I'm 47. I'd be 57 in 10 years if I started right now. If I retired at 57 with the type of income that we have on our income disclosure statement, I would have 16 more years of retirement, living my life any way I want to, ahead of anyone that's on the traditional plan. Guys, it's just an option. It's a choice. It's just a decision, and we get to help you do it together as a team. And keep in mind that having only one stream of income is never a good idea, because something can come along to take it away from you at any given moment. And make sure that you know that it's always going to take time, energy, effort, and a little bit of startup cost to get that additional source of income. Why not do it with a company that believes this, that we aren't just about us, we're about the world and making it a better place. LifeVantage Legacy is about reaching out and helping people that are having difficult times. These are just some of the organizations that we've partnered with over the past 10 years that we've been able to help with monetary donations and also with our physical labor. We actually are currently partnered with Families Helping Families, where we raise the money for homes to be built in Puerto Penasco, Mexico, which is down at Rocky Point. But we also go down and help build those homes. In 2018, we built 5, maybe 6 homes down there where we donated and built the homes. So these are for people that would never have a house on their own. So where can you be part of something so much bigger than you and be building an asset that's going to change your life and your family's life for generations? So guys, we want to thank you so very much for joining us tonight. I know that there's many other things that you could have been doing on a Tuesday. Please thank the person that invited you to see this information, because they care about you.
Seriously.
Then let them know on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you fall in getting started with us with LifeVantage? If you're an 8, 9, or 10, oh my gosh, let's get you started. Remember, this is an earn as you learn opportunity. We don't want to miss out on any of this timing. It's perfect right now. If you're a 5, 6, or 7, just let us know what you need to see or hear to be able to help move you along that scale to get you started in building this asset today. And if you're less than that, or if you just don't see yourself being a network marketer or doing this type of business, that's okay. It's not for everyone, but make sure that you let the person that invited you to this presentation know which products you'd like to have in your shopping cart, so they can get it set up for you so that you can check out. Super simple and easy. And anybody that you've thought about that these products could possibly benefit, or that this opportunity might be right for, please make sure that you pass that information along to the person that invited you to see this too. So again, guys, thanks so much for sharing this time with us. We appreciate you and just wish you an amazing night.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in with us. God bless.